Imagine being born 12,000 years ago as a caveman, a world where the weak couldn't survive and mercy hadn't been invented yet. That's the world Roka lived in. That day, you were sitting by the fire. As you put the dark purple berries you had gathered from the bushes into your mouth, you slowly drifted off to sleep. A raindrop falls on your face, waking you up. This isn't where you fell asleep. You look around, but you don't recognize anything. However, you know you're in danger. It's time to use all the survival skills you've learned so far. You need to get up and find or build shelter immediately. You don't know it yet, but you are in the Amazon rainforest. This is the largest tropical rainforest system in the world. It is hot and humid all year round. It rains regularly for 10 months of the year. The Amazon is one of the most biodiverse regions in the world. Here, you will be defenseless against many deadly animals. After a long walk, you finally found a place to take shelter. It is a large tree trunk and looks extremely safe. You cautiously approached the tree. After carefully observing it, you decided that this was the right place to take shelter. Now that you have found a place to shelter, the next step is to build a fire. Because the most important thing that will protect you from wild animals is fire. But using what you know to start a fire in this rainforest is very difficult. Everything is wet and damp, but you don't give up and keep trying. You gather all the dry wood and grass you can find. You build a structure with the wood you've gathered and start trying. Faster, faster, faster. And finally, a spark. The fire is ready. You feel much more relaxed and your fear has subsided. And the next problem, of course, you're hungry. While thinking about what to do, you see a tree full of fruit. This is it, Brazil nuts. You immediately go to the tree. You take a long branch and start shaking the fruit. Bam! You finally reach the fruit. This fruit has a hard shell. You go to your shelter, place the fruit on a rock, and start hitting it with a large rock. And finally, the shell breaks. Inside is a real treasure. Finally, something enters your stomach and you start to feel like you belong in the forest. A full stomach brings a sense of peace. It's getting dark. Time to sleep. Morning came, and you realized you were very thirsty. You knew what would happen if you stayed thirsty in this hot and humid environment. You immediately started looking for a source of water. You walked a little further and found a river. With great joy, you immediately jumped into the river. You drank your fill. At that moment, you felt something coming toward you, and when you turned your head, you saw the danger approaching. A crocodile, the wild beast of the Amazon waters. You immediately got out of the water. You know very well that you shouldn't go in the water here. Now it's time to use your head and hunt. Things you can do. Set a trap and wait for rodents. Or try to catch some fish in the river. While checking your surroundings, you found a capybara nest. This is a great opportunity to fill your stomach. Now you need to set a trap and wait for your prey to come. You set the trap, but this may take a while. And you're pretty hungry. You quickly move on to the second option. You made a basket out of thin pieces you gathered from trees. But something is missing. Of course, bait. You need to find bait that fish will like. While looking around, you see a termite nest on a tree. There's your bait. You immediately start climbing the tree and tear off a piece of the nest, placing it in your basket. Now it's time to hunt. You lower your basket into the water and wait. The fish are swimming around. And they've taken the bait. Pull, pull, pull. Today's menu is set. Now it's time to eat. Light the fire, skewer the fish. There you go. Enjoy your meal. You're full for today. You decide to build a shelter here because it's close to a water source. You quickly build a shelter out of the trees you've gathered. Now you're safe here. It's getting dark. You check the capybara trap one last time. But the trap hasn't been triggered. You return to your shelter. Now it's time to sleep. It's morning. You open your eyes and see a freshly hunted anaconda lying next to your shelter. The forest is starting to make you feel uneasy. Anacondas usually live in or near water. You need to find a safer place and make a weapon to protect yourself. You see a rock by the river. The tip is sharp and the edges are green. This is what you need. You quickly find a stick. Place the stone at the end of the stick and tie it tightly. Your spear is ready. Now it's time to eat. You go and check the capybara trap you set yesterday. There it is. Today is a feast day. You bring the capybara to your shelter. You light a fire, place the capybara on the fire, and wait for it to cook. Meanwhile, you decide to practice with your new spear. You go to the trees behind you. You start attacking as if there were a wild animal in front of you. You are not aware of it yet, but an uninvited guest has arrived, attracted by the delicious smell of the roasting capybara. It is watching you from among the bushes. It is a jaguar. It waits for the right moment and slowly moves toward the capybara. Excited by your practice, you don't notice it. Suddenly, your instincts tell you to check your surroundings. You turn your head and come face to face with the jaguar. Your pupils dilate, your heart races, you're scared. But that's what keeps you alive. Fear. If you give up on your prey now, you might go hungry today, and worse, you could be the jaguar's next prey. You immediately step in front of the jaguar. You have no intention of sharing your prey. It's time to show it who's boss. The jaguar isn't afraid. But you have no intention of giving up either. You need to protect your territory. You start swinging your spear. 1, 2, 3, and finally, you manage to hit the jaguar and prove your superiority. The jaguar is wounded and slowly retreats. You've won. You've emerged from a fierce battle and are now exhausted. It's time to replenish your energy. You go to the fire. Your meal is ready. Bon appetit. Your energy is restored. Now it's time to make your shelter safer. You think, and then you have a great idea. You're going to move your shelter up into a tree. A nearby kapok tree catches your eye. Its trunk is thick, its branches wide. It's like a forest fortress. Using the branches you carried from the ground, you build yourself a nice bed on top of the tree. The shelter is ready. You're up high now, and a little safer. Your stomach is full. It's not dark yet, but you need to rest a bit. You're exhausted from today. You lie down on your bed. Your spear is beside you. You close your eyes. Some time passes, and you wake up with a sharp pain. There's something on your leg, a large, hairy spider, a Brazilian wandering spider. Your head is spinning. Your breathing quickens. Your hands are shaking. Your vision is blurring. And slowly, you lose consciousness. You open your eyes and find yourself where you first fell asleep. You're in your own territory. You realize that what you experienced was a dream, and you relax. As soon as you turn your head, you see the spear with the green stone. You're surprised. You made this spear in your dream, but you can't make sense of it. Anyway, you didn't get poisoned and you're alive. That's what matters for now. Vote in the comments for the next episode. Is it Komodo Island, where dragons are real? The endless Sahara Desert, where even the sun shows no mercy? Or the vast Siberia, where even your breath freezes? Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and like the video for the continuation of the series.